Okay, so here is the steering and suspension unit 2. This is just the service part of it. So we're going over common problems. Things you're going to see are what are some common problems. So we've got, let's see here if I can draw. Let's do blue. So the first thing we got is these three things right here: hard steering, noise, common. I guess I gotta erase that. Let me erase it. Okay. All right. First thing we got here is hard steering. Hard steering can occur when you're going slow. Usually not when you're going in a good speed. It won't happen that much. But when you're going slow, taking tight corners, you'll have a hard steering. You get a noise. Might get a noise in the morning, especially in the morning. And I think the noise you probably all heard, they call it morning sickness. It's like a kind of noise. I know that's there you go. Hear my noise capabilities, but it's like a kind of noise. You get abnormal tire wear, and there's a bunch of different abnormal tire wear that can come from steering. There's some pictures down here of abnormal tire wear. Here you go. Here's a good picture of abnormal tire wear right here. That one's worn on the inside. Come back up real quick, and they are talking about hard steering. They talk about vehicle handling leaks. So you have power steering leaks because there's a pump and there's lines and there's a steering gear. So we've talked about the regular steering gear or rack and pinion steering gear. So we'll use what's called the drive-on suspension and alignment rack. Like we have our lube rack, the rack that's right outside of the classroom usually. So hard steering can be caused by a number of conditions. Some of the simple causes of hard steering. Here are some good ones. Low tire pressure. If you're taking notes, I know you guys are supposed to take notes on this. I would say
low tire pressure.
That is good right there. Low tire pressure, low power steering fluid level, or a loose power steering belt, or no power steering belt. You might see the belt's thrown off. You might have a couple of things going wrong with your belt. You might have maybe you got a battery light on and you got anything that runs by the belt's not working, so then you have hard steering. Okay. Incorrect wheel alignment, binding of the steering linkage or McPherson strut upper mounts. There's a video on this week that you're going to see. It's about steering struts, and it's about the steering mount, the upper mounts for struts that help with the steering. There's bearings in there, and if the bearings get tight or corroded, they won't work. So when you're confirming a hard steering complaint, listen for adverse noises and start with a check of the simple causes. So those causes up there, that's what they want you to check first. It says begin a hard steering diagnosis by checking the belt condition and fluid level first. If the fluid level is low, inspect the system for leaks. Obviously, if it's low, it's going to have a leak. If these checks don't reveal any problems or if the problems persist, it will be necessary to perform a complete steering and suspension inspection. So, and then we go into, that's one of the things you're supposed to take notes on later, is a complete inspection. Noises. So there's several types of noises. Loose components. If something's loose, it's going to be knocking around. Okay. Dry ball sockets. You might hear a squeal or a squeak, real high-pitched squeak noise. When I'll actually find a video and I'll post that on my YouTube channel so you can see that. Dry ball sockets. They make a really loud squeaking noise. Or they can cause a clunk or a pop when turning or driving over bumps. Let's see what we're looking at. The groan. So when it talks about a whine, that says the power steering pump may whine or groan. They also call that morning sickness, and that happens in the morning a lot because the pump and everything's not working, not worked yet. Okay, so we are going to end this video, and we'll get to the next one. I'll finish this up for